Hello everyone, hope you all are good and safe. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the management part of snoring and obstructive sleep apnea syndrome. We shall see about surgical treatment of snoring without obstructive sleep apnea syndrome. So, what is the surgical method we have is uvulopalatoplasty. What it is a laser-assisted method which is called laser-assisted uvulopalatoplasty (LAUP) or bovine-assisted uvulopalatoplasty (PUAP). It's highly effective and resolution of snoring occurs in almost 85 to 90% of patients. And here is the procedure. We'll be trimming of the uvula and soft palate, and then the tonsils are removed. And uvulopalato-pharyngoplasty can also be done here, which trims the uvula and removes other tissues from the back of the mouth. Let's see the procedure. It's performed under local anesthesia as an OPD procedure, and uvula is amputated, and 1 centimeter trenches are created in the soft palate on either side of the uvula. And then the soft palate elevates and stiffens after healing. Then it may be performed in 2 to 4 stages, each separated by about 1 month. Soft palate resection is titrated to treat snoring without velopharyngeal incompetence. And uvulopalatopharyngoplasty is also very effective in treating snoring, as I mentioned in my previous slide. Okay, what's the procedure here? It's a laser invasive uvulopalatoplasty. Is a minimally invasive sleep apnea process that shrinks the scale of an enlarged or elongated uvula and the usage of laser era. The remedy opens up the airway and presents elevation from signs of loud night breathing sleep apnea, and the laser assisted uvulopalatoplasty is an in workplace manner that usually takes less half hour and finished the usage of local anesthesia. And here is the procedure. This is the soft palate, this is the uvula, and this is the with the help of a laser we are going to do this procedure less than half an hour. Okay, what are the non-surgical treatments of obstructive sleep apnea syndrome? So, in treatment of OSA, we have two types, non-surgical and surgical. Let's first see about non-surgical methods. We have medicines such as intranasal steroids and antihistamines. And for obesity, we have two medicines. They are orlistat and sibutramine. Lifestyle modifications, which reduce snoring and OSA in mild cases, as I mentioned in my previous videos. You can go and have a look. Positional therapy. The patient is advised to sleep sideways rather than on a back. In order to achieve this, we are going to place a rubber ball which is tied to the back of the panchama that prevents the patient to adopt supine position and which aggravates the symptoms, and thus is prevented by sleeping in the sideways. So this is the very important therapy, positional therapy that the patient can possess. And next, nasal continuous positive airway pressure. So it's very most effective. So under this, we have continuous positive airway pressure, which provides a sort of pneumatic splint to airway and increases its fiber. An airtight mask is kept over the patient's nose with the help of strap wrapped around the head. The optimum pressure for opening the airway, which is determined during sleep study, is usually kept at 5 to 20 centimeters of H2O. So, what are the nasal dilators we have? We have Nojovent with alar valve collapse, and we have Breath Right applied externally. What are the intraoral devices? Tongue retaining device and mandible advancement device. Hold the tongue under mandible forward during the sleep and keep the airway open. And monoblock is a non-adjustable and two-piece device can be adjusted. They are difficult to use in the following conditions: poor dentition or edentulous patients, temporomandibular joint TMJ dysfunction, uncontrolled epileptic patients. So, what are the surgical treatment methods of obstructive sleep apnea syndrome? And the surgeries here are planned according to the location of the obstruction. And here we have a various surgeries which can be done according to the site of obstruction. So if it is in the nose and nasopharynx, we have certain surgeries such as septoplasty, turbinectomy, adenoidectomy, a nasal valve reconstruction, removal of polyps and tumors. If it is at the palate and tonsillar level, we have uvulopalatopharyngoplasty, U triple P, uvulopalatal flap, transpalatal advancement pharyngoplasty, uvulopalatoplasty, laser assisted uvulopalatoplasty, LAUP or Bowie assisted uvulopalatoplasty. BAUP and palatal radiofrequency and tonsillectomy. If it is at the level of tongue, we have partial glossectomy, lingual tonsillectomy, tongue-based radiofrequency, and repose tongue suspension, hyoid biotomy and suspension. If it is at the level of jaws, we have maxillomandibular osteotomy and advancement, mandibular osteotomy with genioglossus advancement. Coming to uvulopalatopharyngoplasty, which is the most common surgery performed for OSA. So it's a type of radical tonsillectomy, and the oropharyngeal airway is enlarged in an anterior, superior, and lateral dimensions, and the tonsils and uvula are removed along with posterior edge of the soft palate, and the anterior and posterior fascial pillars are then sutured together. And similarly, the nasal and oral side mucosa of the cuttage of the soft palate are sutured together. So usually patient stay for 1 or 2 days in the hospital and get discharged. So this about the procedure of uvulopalatopharyngoplasty. And then coming to the results, it's very effective in treating snoring, and it shows a significant improvement in OSA about 50% of patients, and it alone doesn't reduce the mortality of OSA. So along with this, we have a certain other methods. They are tracheostomy and continuous positive airway pressure, which have shown dramatic improvement in OSA mortality. And patients should be told that additional procedures may be required if uvulopalatopharyngoplasty fails. So, what are the complications this method have? It has a bleeding, which is the most common complication, temporary velopharyngeal incompetence in about 5 to 10% of patients, nasopharyngeal stenosis, which is very rare, and other minor post-operative complaints, temporary, dry mouth, throat tightness, increased gag reflex, and alteration in taste. And we also have certain other surgical procedures such as hypopharyngeal and base of the tongue procedures. So this can be done under morbid obesity patients, BMI greater than 31 kg per meter square, mandibular skeletal deficiency, flexible laryngoscopy, narrow retrolingual space, Muller's maneuver can be performed, lateral pharyngeal wall collapse in the case of apnea, hypopnea index if it is greater than 30. In these conditions, we'll be doing hypopharyngeal and base of the tongue procedures. So what are the procedures for advancing base of the tongue? They can be in the presence of fullness in the base of the tongue, primary midline glossectomy, tongue-based radiofrequency, advancement genioplasty with hyoid suspension, hyoid myotomy, and suspension. And we also have mandibular and maxillary advancement measured than uvulopalatopharyngoplasty. It employs sagittal split and Lefort 1 osteotomies, and these osteotomies are then fixed in anterior position with plates and screws. They effectively treat the anatomic anomalies causing OSA and other long-lasting results. Nasal surgery procedures include septal surgery and removal of turbinates, polyps, and tumors. And we have one more gold standard treatment for OSA in almost 100% effective treatment. It's about tracheostomy. So it's neither preferred by the surgeon nor by the patient, but it's a gold standard. Why? Because it bypasses the upper airway entirely but needs a daily care throughout the life, which is a major stumbling block. So that's the reason why the surgeons nor the patient prefer this, but it's the gold standard treatment for OSA, which is very effective. And the effectiveness is 100%, no doubt. And probably first line surgery in very severe OSA or in those who are significantly obese or debilitated, this can be chosen as first line surgery. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Hope it's useful. If you like the video, please like it and share the content to the needful friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Take care.